Ahoy mga ka-t-shirt! It's me again, Mike V, your t-shirt guy, to give you personal development topics and IT and tech stuff. Nahihirapan ka bang i-manage yung mga business nyo or stakeholders nyo sa company when you're dealing with them? Kung nahihirapan ka, the topic right now will help you how to manage stakeholders. Kung interesado ka sa topic na to, please stay tuned mga ka-t-shirt. So, right now, parati kong nababanggit and parati rin nababanggit sa akin ng mga colleagues namin when it comes to conversation sa world namin sa IT industry. Lalo na kapag humawak ka na ng mga tao. So, parating kasama sa conversation yung stakeholders. So, first and foremost, ano nga ba ang stakeholders? Ang stakeholders ay yung mga someone or group of people na nagbabayad sa project itself para gawin yung services or yung product na na-envision nila. So, that's stakeholders. Right now, we will be talking about paano nga ba natin i-manage itong mga stakeholders na to. Kasi it seems like may barrier between the project team and the stakeholders or the business itself. So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin right now. So, simulan na natin. Ano nga ba ang tips ni T-shirt guy for us to manage stakeholders? So, number one is communicate with people. Yung mga stakeholders, tao rin sila. And you are also people, no? And for us people, we need to talk one another. Kailangan natin pag-usapan kung ano ba talaga yung kailangan ng isa't isa. So, dapat laro yun. No? When it comes to communication, you need to make them feel na lahat ng sides are well accounted for. Ano ba? Kasi doon nila makikita yung assurance mo. Yung assurance nila sa iyo na gagawin mo yung isang project and yung assurance mo sa kanila na tutulungan ka nila. So, that's how you communicate with your stakeholders. That's number one. Then, number two, get them involved early on. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang dapat nagbaba sila ng bola sa iyo tapos gagawin mo na lang. So, dapat you have this kind of constant communication with them. Bigyan mo sila ng role, no, kung saan they can be involved in the project development or make them feel na you need them, kumbaga, di ba? Which is kailangan mo naman talaga sila. So, dapat bigyan mo sila ng responsibility doon sa project para maintindihan nila kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin. Kasi sometimes tayo, katulad natin, diba, sometimes hindi natin alam kung ano yung kailangan talaga ng kapwa natin unless sasabihin nila sa'yo. So, dapat ganun din. Dapat we try to educate them, no, kung ano yung kailangan nilang gawin for us para mas mapabilis natin yung certain process, para mas mapadali natin yung development and yung deployment itself. So, kailangan maintindihan mo na nila yung mga bagay-bagay. Kasi sometimes they are not too technical, so it's your part, no, as a project manager for you to educate them kung ano ba yung nangyayari, ano ba yung impact ng mga decisions nila when it comes to the development itself. So, dapat naiintindihan nila yun ng klaro. Alright? Then, number three is sense of ownership. Tandaan natin na ang project development is not accountable alone do sa project team itself. Dapat iparating natin sa business na we are one as a team and dapat yung accountability natin is sa isa't isa. For example, kapag kakailangan natin ng certain things, no, for us to develop things, dapat the business would help, no, for us to finish it early. Pero kung nadidelay sila ng mga requirements nila, so mas mahihirapan yung project team natin. Kaya dapat may sense of ownership sila at may certain respect sila sa timeline natin and may respect din tayo sa timeline nila. So dapat it's a mutual understanding with both parties. Hindi dapat parating nagbe-bend yung project team, no, for us to fit kung ano yung kailangan ni business. But of course, it's a give and take relationship. Dapat we respect their deadline and of course, they should respect our deadlines as well. Kailangan lang ng proper communication with both parties para ma-meet halfway yung kailangan talaga natin. So dapat they have their own ownership as well with the project na it takes two to tango, sabi nga nila, di ba? So that's number 3. And then number 4, constant feedback and help. So dapat alam din natin kung ano ba yung dapat nating i-improve and ano ba yung mga certain things na ginagawa natin. Dapat, for example, natapos mo na yung isang module or yung isang screen, dapat pinapakita mo yun sa business, ito ba yung kailangan nyo, ito ba yung na-envision nyo, para hindi namin to pinapakita for you to change everything, but pinapakita namin to as a assurance na ito talaga yung kailangan nyo. Kasi sometimes, kapag nag-meet lang kayo ng stakeholders once in a blue moon, tapos pag na-deploy mo na isang bagay, hindi pala yun yung gusto nila. So, it's a pain in the ass. So, dapat we have a constant feedback and constant review kung ano na yung project process and project milestone para maintindihan natin kung ito ba ang ginagawa natin is fitting doon sa kailangan ni business or not. Para pagdating sa huli, hindi tayo mangangapa na, hindi pala ganun yung gusto ni business. Kasi we have constant feedback with them. Alright? So, yun din man yung kailangan ni business. Kaya dapat you take time to sit down with them, siguro every once a week or once every 2 weeks para lang ma-set yung milestone, no? Para makapag-change na kayo as early as possible. Yun yung kailangan nating maging gabay, no, when it comes to stakeholder management. Then, number 5, tackle the elephant in the room. Dapat we need to understand na lahat ng mga bagay sa project development process is not butterflies and flowers every time. Meaning, hindi yan parating smooth, no? Maraming bumps and bruises along the ways. Sabi ko nga it's more of a pitchfork and flames, no? Kasi all of the people wanted to finish early, all of the people wanted to finish right and effective. Pero, again, if there is certain problems that arise, dapat maging transparent tayo kay business na I think we need to change this. No? I think I need to tell this to you. So, dapat transparent, no? Yun naman yung kailangan natin para matapos na agad yung problema. Hindi natin papahabain pa yung problema to the point na hindi na siya ka-resolve. So, as early as possible, pag-usapan na yung dapat pag-usapan para ma-resolve na as early as possible. So, that's the most important thing. Kasi, ang hirap kapag sinabi mo sa stakeholders tapos wala ka ng ibang options. So, mas maganda, you need to understand na every day, every hour, every minute are very important when it comes to project development. So, dapat, as a project manager, as a team lead, dapat you need to discuss the elephant in the room or yung mga problema na ma-arise natin para ma-solve na agad as early as possible. Alright? So, that's number 5. Then, number 6 is be careful of emails. Why? Kasi, alam naman natin, sa mga text na nga lang, di ba? Kapag tinext mo yung girlfriend mo, tinext mo yung kaibigan mo, sometimes, yung kung ano yung nandun sa text na yun, wala kasing emotions eh. So, akala mo galit ka, akala nila galit ka. So, yung mga misunderstanding na ganun, dapat na pinoprohibit natin kasi sometimes, we might disorient the impression of the business and disorient the impression of vice versa naman, na si business papunta naman sa'yo. So, dapat alam natin na when it comes to email, maganda yan for black and white purposes or para maging documented lahat. Pero I suggest na mas maganda na pag-usapan nyo muna yung mga bagay-bagay sa meeting nyo and then pag natapos na, then that's the time you document it via email or minutes of the meetings. So, mas maganda yung ganun. Para maintindihan nyo isa't isa, hindi yung through emails lang kayo nag-uusap. Kasi ang hirap pagka through emails na nag-uusap. I remember one time during my project in PLDT before, or Smart ba yun? Meron kaming email. And yung email naging rainbow na yung mga sagutan namin. Kasi sasabihin ko, see my comments in yellow, tapos siya naman see comments in red. So hanggang sobrang haba na ng discussion namin sa meeting and we are not resolving anything. Just purely text and text and text and text. No? So might as well, bigyan nyo na ng importansya, mag-set na kayo ng meeting para matapos agad yung problema. And para ma-document nyo na rin. Alright? And number 7, no? Dapat align kayo na business na you need to have the changes prepared. No? Kasi sometimes, meron akong mga na nakikita na they don't want to change. Nakagawian na nila, is their process, is blah blah blah, and so on. Tandaan natin, every stakeholders have their own type of things. No? Pag sinabing type of things, they have this kind of persona, different persona, lalo na sa different kinds of people. So, may mga stakeholders na madali kausap, may mga stakeholders na hindi masyadong madali kausap. So, the process should change a little bit, no? For you to adapt doon sa kung ano yung nasa plate mo currently. So, ako kasi, I'm not that purist, no? I tend to be flexible as soon as possible para ma-adapt ko yung environment itself. That's my principle when it comes to project management. Hindi ako masyadong leaning towards to the book and the theories itself kasi sinulat yun as a guide lang. Pero it doesn't mean na you will be following that and lahat yan, yung mga process na yan, it will work on your everyday process. So, you need to understand that na dapat kaya nating magbago for the sake of the project itself and for the sake of the decision making. And wag tayong magtago doon sa mga processes na nasa loob ng libro. Kasi kapag ganun na yung pananaw natin, magkakaroon ng coercion with both stakeholders and your project itself. Kasi you're trying to resist something because it is not in the book. So, pero the reality speaking, it's knocking on your door. Oy, magbago ka na, you change it para maging all harmonious relationship na kayo with the stakeholders and the internal teams itself as well. So, yung mga ganun, dapat we need to be flexible enough. Lalo na kung justifiable. Of course, nandun tayo sa terms na justifiable ba siya or not. So, dapat we keep that in mind. Alright? So, for our outro, dapat maintindihan natin na stakeholders is part of the project itself. Hindi natin kailangan na maging masama yung loob natin to them or hindi natin kailangan na i-divide natin yung sarili natin with them. No, kasi they are part of the team. So, as a project manager, you need to understand that it is part of your processes nyo para mas mapaganda yung relationship nyo with the stakeholders and the project team itself. You should marry both of the teams. And ipaintindi nyo sa kanila na kung ano yung kailangan nyo at kung ano lang yung dapat nilang role when it comes to project itself. Kasi sometimes, nagiging a little bit overboard yung mga bagay-bagay. So, dapat you need as a team lead and as a project manager, you need to set boundaries as well na ito yung kailangan namin, ito yung kailangan nyo. So, ano ba talaga yung kailangan natin lahat? So, we need to understand what we need. So, yun lang naman. Kasi, for example, if the deadline doesn't permit you to be in that point in time, so ano yung kailangan yung ihagil or ano yung kailangan yung ma-accomplish muna for a certain period of time para maintindihan nila na ganito lang binibigay niyo sa amin na time pero ang gusto niyong effort is ganyan. So, kahit triplehin ko yan, hindi talaga aabot, no? So, kailangan i-educate niyo sila na ano ba yung kailangan niyo first hand and dun muna tayo papasok. Mas maganda yung one step at a time, no? Hindi yung one whole things, no? Inside of the barrel, no? Kasi kung hindi talaga kasya, why would we forced to have it, diba? Kung nagustuhan nyo tong topic na to, please like, share, and subscribe para sa isa na naman nating T-shirt guy vlogs. So, we are on the 400 na subscribers. So, congrats each and every one of us. And hopefully, we can have the 500 sooner or later. And keep safe, everyone. And see you next week for another T-shirt guy vlog.